Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with these nerds.
I'm Ted.
I'm Ryan.
And today we have a GM 911 from Jolt 9 in the case of the ever-changing PC character classes.
If you have a GM 911, you can submit it to nerdarchy@gmail.com. Just put GM 911 in the subject, or you can submit it over in the GM 911 section of our forums.
So this one actually came to us from the forums, and there's a combination of things going on here. One is the player wants to change his character class, and this is like his MO. Like he gets bored and he wants to be something else. So the DM,
if he was playing an MMO, this wouldn't be a problem at all.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I think you have to start over though, so that might be a problem.
Yeah.
So the GM is like, well, hey, we're in the middle of the story. Can you stick it out for 2 sessions, finish this arc out with this character? And apparently they're playing the Curse of Strahd, and then we'll switch it out. And the player is like, oh, sure, no problem.
So the next session, he comes in.
And he's like, fuck you, GM.
And
basically.
He's like, all right, well, because of my background, and they didn't go into detail about why this was a viable choice, he changed his alignment from lawful good to chaotic evil and tried to convince the players to kill him.
Seems reasonable. No, he didn't try and convince the players to kill him. He attacked them.
Oh, you're correct. So when the players didn't kill him, he tried to turn himself over to Strahd and become essentially a bad guy.
Yeah. Right.
So,
or have Strahd kill him. Whatever.
Either one.
He's basically trying to suicide his character, so he's like, oh, I get to start over with a new life once this character dies. So let me do that.
And Ted, who is actually the nicest of the three of us, generally, actually had, probably the most dickish of solutions to this problem.
I said, all right, well, if the initial agreement was you have to stick this character out for 2 sessions, and you made the character choice of I'm going to be an a-hole and become a villain, you're just not allowed at the next session. You can join us at the agreed upon time with your new character at 2 sessions hence from the deal. Now, I'm not normally a dickish DM, but if I make an agreement with a player and they try to say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do.
They're going to troll your game, essentially.
Yeah. They're literally being an asshole.
So,
not literally.
Literally.
They're shitting on your game. Yeah.
Do I really want that kind of player at my table? And perhaps maybe the penalty of you're out of session, you're behind the XP, you're behind the loot.
Death. You just kill the person.
Not the character.
You kill the person. That's
no, Nerdarchy does
not condone murder over RPGs unless they're cheating or something. Yeah.
So yeah, that is an extreme penalty to put out.
Yeah, definitely.
I
mean, it's the final sentence.
I'm talking about having them not be allowed at the next session.
There's another issue I want to address, right? Like, this could have kind of been circumnavigated by... It doesn't justify what the player did by any means.
No.
By the DM just going, sure, show up with your next character. I was at a convention with a kid, and in the middle of my game, he's like, can I play this character instead? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
It's a game, for the love of God. Like, we do it to have fun. And
it was Eli, right?
It was Eli, a little psycho.
Yeah.
But
psycho? Why? Was he doing something horrendous?
He was getting a little crazy, but he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
My point is, like, we're not writing novels. We're here to have fun, and sometimes just hand-waving stuff is okay. Like, I used to be that jerk-off DM. It's like, oh, no, my story. And then one day I realized it just doesn't matter that much. Like,
it's entertainment.
Yeah, we're here to have fun. We're here to play the game as a group. And whatever facilitates that, and by that I mean, like, not having players sit around doing nothing, us all playing the same game together, us all being on the same page, us all wanting the same things out of the game, like, whatever facilitates that, that's what I'm for nowadays.
I'm for the story, I'm for the fun, and I don't want players mucking that up. Now you said
because it's your story and they should.
No. It's the communal fun. I'm all about player agency. I'm all about trying to get the storylines linked and people enjoying what's actually going on. Now you had said, well, we're not writing novels. Well, maybe we're writing the Game of Thrones novel. So there's no problem with characters coming and going. Death is easy peasy there.
Right, literally, you could have just had that character have a heart attack.
Yeah.
In the outhouse.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fun now. Like, yeah, why don't you have this bard, College of Lore bard, defect to the other side, who knows a shit ton of information about the other players, and it will make an awesome NPC that your character or that player is going to be so sad that Strahd has now all this intel on the party. Because what do bards do but observe every waking moment of every detail?
So, yeah, Strahd uses every countermeasure against them now.
Yeah, because he's got agency of the bard. Yeah, I would so turn that bard over to Bard's or to Strahd's and
you say, okay, well, you would put the idea of maybe he read a book and the dark powers literally took him over.
Called to him, yeah.
And so now you've got this NPC. The people, the party didn't kill him, so he defected. So now not only are you going to have to contend with everything else that's in there, but you've got this dark power fueled bard that intimately knows these characters. Yeah. That's going to be a great villain at some point in time.
I'm just thinking about the dark power fueled bard. What exactly is he running on?
Like 9-volt batteries, of course. Since it's the person
the souls of children.
Well, no, I mean also too, like he could sneak in like some abilities that feel like some of the warlock packs or whatever, because dark power is the thing to make a warlock pact with. Yeah, right.
And that's another like little tweak to the players, like, oh, I know everything about that character. I played him. Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
He couldn't do that when I played him.
Now he can. Yeah,
no.
Apparently,
no, he couldn't.
When he turned chaotic evil and gave himself to the dark powers, he gave a little bit of something.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
So there's some suggestions. You're going to get a ton more suggestions down in the comments below. Again, for future reference, in my opinion, just let them change when they want to change. Who cares? Would I want that in my game all the time? But if it's
every
one
once
player once in a while, and you really want them at your table, then sure, let it roll.
Or just end the friendship. Another thing.
Before we wrap this up, you can. I don't know whether you did a session 0 for this particular game, but if this particular player is prone to that type of situation, you can let people know that they're not allowed to do that. I'm going to attack the party just so my character can die, and you're allowed one free switch out of a character, and we can find a cool story reason of why this character decides to defect, and we insert this new character. Once a campaign arc, isn't too bad, but.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some things in there that could go into a social contract of what everyone's expecting from the game.
Right.
Not turning on each other is fair enough. If switching out characters is something you've had to deal with a lot, you might bring that up as part of the contract as well, and be like, I got a limit, 3 strikes you're out, something, whatever.
Right.
Whatever works for you,
So I think the social contract is something that can fix a lot of these GM 911 problems. Where the players are creating the issues.
Yeah, so you guys let us know in the comments below. Are you guys using social contracts in your game? While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out the store over on nerdarchy.com and get some sweet swag.
You can also tweet at us over on Twitter.
So until next time, stay nerdy.